A little issue over the weekend in Melrose. Hopefully tonight everything will go smooth. I got George Bliss up here in the booth with me, and we've got a good championship game here, 2023 Cup Media League between CHGO and Audacy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, the CHGO game, which I just did, they played WBEZ sometimes, it was good all the way. Then CHGO seemed to have great defense, and they pulled away on the run rule. So here we go, Jill.
So here's Adam Harris leading off. It's a line drive diving stab by Cody Westerlund. And we start out the game with a highlight reel defensive play by Audacy.
Yeah, Cody, of course, the Bulls announcer for the score. Jill, I listen to him all the day.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Here's Herb Lawrence. Yeah.
So here comes Herb. So exciting way to start a championship game for sure. As Audacy played a very good defensive game in the first semifinal, and so far with one out only, looks like that's continuing.
Herb Lawrence had 4 walks in the last game. He's a very patient guy. He's happy to get on.
So here's Bob Novak. He did not walk anybody in the semifinal game. And gets a called strike 3. So sometimes you can be a little too patient. It takes called strike 3. Brings up Brandon Harris.
Looks like Mike gave the outside corner there to the pitcher of score, Audacy.
So again, we're here at the championship game, and there's a line drive. No spectacular play there as he drills it up the middle, and here comes Kevin Lampka. Now he throws it away, and that's going to allow Brandon Harris to get to second base.
Now, you've coached for years. You can't overplay in the first inning, right? You should just let him stay at first. Right?
Well,
don't try to chase him down.
I'm not a big believer in getting loose with the softball. He got a hit. He wasn't that far off the bag. The risk-reward just isn't there on that type of a play. So here's Ben.
Big Ben, we call him.
Ben swings, and Don Mendocino can't make the catch, and he won't get there. And meanwhile, Brandon Harris scores. And that's where the play by Lapka, giving up that extra yardage there by throwing the ball away, comes into play. I don't know if Bob Novak was going to get over there. He was trying. Don Mendocino decided he would try to take it himself. But good hustle there by Ben. So 1-0. CHGO goes ahead, and there's a flare down the right field line. Fair ball. And here comes the second run. As Ben is going to score on a little flip double down the right field line.
He did that twice in the game before this, Gio. This kid's got right field figured out, Vinny G.
So Vinny drives in the second run of the inning, brings up Dennis Bellhorn.
Right, here's Dennis.
And there's a little ground ball to Lawrence Holmes. He picks it up, throws over, and that'll be the third out of the inning. But in the inning, 2 runs, CHGO takes a 2-0 lead.
As you know, CHGO has a beautiful studio on the Near West Side. GO, they do internet broadcasting. Mark Carmen's one of the main guys there. Herbie Lawrence, I watched all the time. They have a very good Bulls show. You got 2 great teams here. They have great broadcasters. Just a lot of fun to watch them.
So we're going to head now to the bottom of the first. Audacy going to take their first cracks at it here. Again, Audacy has had the past 2 years, they've rolled into the championship and just had some heartbreaking lockdown upstairs in their kitchen. It's going to be Cody Westerlund, Dom Mendocino, and Kevin Lampka.
You know, Cody's been playing at a pretty high level for years, and I talked to him about a week ago. He just couldn't wait to get to this game. Now, it's here now, Gio. Here we go.
Of course, Cody made that diving grab to start our game off. CHCG. And there's a little roller fair down the third baseline. Cody takes the turn, but he's going to slam the brakes on and head back to first. So Cody just yanked it right down the third baseline. Third baseman had no chance. He was playing a good 8 to 9 feet off the line. Brings up Don Mendocino, and again with the fact that, and again it looks like they're trying to sneak their short center into the infield, which I was under the impression you couldn't do, George.
Well, that's Mark Carmen, so I'll have to check that, yeah.
And Mendocino just punches a base hit. So Audacy's come out and put their first 2 on after falling behind 2-0. And it brings up Kevin Lampka. Kevin hit the ball hard in that first game. Had a couple of balls, but hit right at defenders. And there's a hard ground ball to third. He'll step on it. He'll only get 1 out, but they do get the fielder's choice. Again, with Kevin Lampka, they moved that short center well out into the outfield. Would have been a difficult turn for a double play, so he took the lead runner. Kevin a little too fast to try to double up. Here's Gabe Ramirez.
One of my favorite broadcasters. The stuff he's done this week, covering the Cubs and everything in their collapse, he's been fantastic. And all of us are disappointed because the Cubs are on the score. And this guy's done a great job covering that big collapse.
Gabe swings, and they're going to go to short way. A little miscommunication, bases loaded, as they were trying to flip the ball for the fielder's choice. Would have got him out of the inning, but the shortstop and the second baseman were together, and they were both fighting over the ball, and it ends up hitting the carpet. Everybody's safe, and here's Shane Reardon. And Shane went the other way a couple of times, trying to beat that out. Good job by the first baseman, but a run does score. 2 outs, second and third.
So Shane did the right thing there, Gio. He forced the run, and he manufactured that run. That was a good at-bat there.
That's going to bring up Lawrence Holmes.
Right.
Lawrence with a base hit could potentially put Audacy back in front. Takes that pitch a little inside there. Lawrence swings a little pop-up. Shortstop going back, makes the catch. So a lot of noise for 1 run. We'll head to the top of the second, 2-1. CHGO leading Audacy.
You know, I just was talking about all these great personalities, Gio. You've had a lot of fun with the score. You're in your own zone now, the softball. But Lawrence, the last 3 days with his Bears fiasco, he's been hilarious. Him and Layla Rahimi and Danny Bernstein, just great listening. So I'm fans of all these people out here, and I love that they are adopting our game, Gio. It's great.
So we'll head to the top of the second inning here. Both teams got some base runners.
Here's Mark Carmen.
So here's Mark Carmen leading off. Ryan Herrera, and then Andre. Can't really read that.
Well, we'll call her Audrey. We'll figure it out when she comes up. Yeah.
Not quite sure what the delay is here.
So Mike Lewis over there, Gio zoomed in on him. That's Mike Lewis at home plate. Of course, Sherman Martin out there at first base tonight in the field. Carmen talking to Shane Reardon. I don't know if it's a lineup question or a rules question or, maybe the short center rule. Maybe the short center rule. Here we go. Gio, you may have detected something here. And here is the commissioner, Gio, coming out, Mr. Reedy, and I believe they're talking about multiple defensors.
So here we go.
On the dirt, George. We're discussing where the short center can play.
Gotcha. So thanks, Mark Carmen. We kind of assumed that. So nice of Mark to inform us.
So here we go. We're back to the game now. Carmen stepping in. leading off the top of the second inning here. And there's a line drive, and Shane Reardon climbs the ladder and makes the catch. So between him and Cody Westerlund, they both handled some hard line drives here in the first inning and a third.
That left side is tight for Audacy, and Shane made a great catch. Every year he comes up with a great catch for us. Every year.
So here comes Ryan Herrera. And there's a ground ball right over the bag. Second ball we've seen in this ball game, one for each team. Hit right over the bag as both third basemen are playing well off the lines here tonight. And we'll see if they're, again, with no short center on the infield, they all try to cheat a little bit to cover a little bit more ground. So here's
Audrey.
Looks like Audrey.
Yeah, she's second baseman, Gio. She had a good game in the game against WBEZ.
So 1 out, 1 on here. That pitch is strike a little bit. She didn't like that. And she swings and hits a ground ball to Westerlund over to Holmes. To Mendocino, not in time.
And she tripped over that bag there.
Yeah, she did trip. Looked like she tripped over Mendocino, but
yeah,
he was doing the right thing. He was on the white bag. She didn't quite get to the red bag there.
Yeah, that orange bag is a safety bag. That's why it's there, folks.
Mike Lewis, or actually Sherman Martin at first, could have actually called her out for that.
That's right.
As she initiated the contact as she hit the white bag. So here's Nicholas, and he hits a little spinner foul. 2 outs now, runner on here. Top of the second, 2-1. CHGO leading Audacy, championship game of the Cup Media League. And there's a ground ball to Reardon, big hop, a lob it to Lawrence, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So they get a base runner, they can't do anything with it. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still 2-1 ball game.
So far, pretty good defense. A couple balls have leaked by the third baseman. Very hard hit balls. Do you get that ball in the bit when you were playing high level? You get that ball at third? Maybe you do. I don't know.
Well, that's a little too much ground to give there. And with the short center, you're not going to see defenses this spread out on their infield. So here comes Eric Ortiz. He'll be followed by Adam Studzinski and Bob Novak. As we start the bottom of the second.
Look at this beautiful field, Gio. The grounds are beautiful. The grass is incredible. Forest Park, nothing like it.
There's a little pop-up, and that's going to be handled easily by the right fielder for out number 1. So Nicholas came in and made that catch. So here's Adam Studzinski with Bob Novak on deck. And there's a little roller to third, comes in, throw a little wide, goes up the line. Studzinski was unaware that the ball was rolling down the line. And as a result, he never made an effort to go. Your first base coach got to be a little more vocal there and let him know as that ball rolled a good 20 feet onto the grass over there. So here's Bob Novak. Austin Huff on deck. And there's a little roller down the line. Third baseman, little fumble. Again, he had a long way to come as he was playing back and off the line. By the time he got there, he couldn't get the ears on it. And now there's 2 runners on for Austin Huff. Claudia on deck. And there's a little spinner if it stays fair, but it's going to kick foul. Looked like he was trying to go the other way there. Just kind of got underneath it and topped it. Again, we are live for the Cup Media League Championship game. Live stream is powered by our good friends at Gold Rush Gaming.
And they bring us perfect weather again this year, Gold Rush.
So Adam Huff now going to try to get himself squared away after that spinner. And there's a hard ground ball. Shortstop, nice play. Throws a little one-hopper that gets Stadzinski at third on the fielder's choice. So the shortstop went to his right, had to go down, semi-slide on his hip, and just made sure he got it over to third.
The lead runner.
Nice play.
Jill. Yeah.
That's going to bring up Claudia now. And she hits a ground ball. Shortstop goes the short way again.
Wow,
and that'll do it. So at the end of 2 complete, still 2-1. CHGO leading Audacy.
Yeah, Audacy has some guys on the bench, I see, so they look stacked. I know Mark Carmen came tonight with just one extra player. He is batting 12th, so let's see what happens. Got a long way to go in this game. 21 action outs in softball, Gio, with the 60-foot bases and the 38 feet, home plate to the mound. Everybody watching from out of town, yeah, you see it. This is no-glove softball. This is Chicago's game at Forest Park, and we've been here for something like 50-plus years playing this game right here every year. And we televise it and show it on Facebook Live, compliments of SSA Broadcasting. So here we go, Gio.
So here's the pitcher, Corey.
The fish.
He'll be followed by Stephanie and then the top of the lineup here. And both teams look a little tight offensively. Shane, a little bobble. He one-hops it. Mendocino stayed right with it and made the nice catch on the long bounce.
Yeah, you got to have a great first baseman, and Audacy does have in Dom. He's played high-level ball, and he hasn't missed too many balls.
So here's the catcher, Stephanie. She steps in here, 1 out. Takes that pitch a little deep. Bob Novak kind of looking at Mike Lewis, wanting to know where that pitch was at. Stephanie swings, ground ball to Shane Reardon. He throws it over to Don Mendocino for out number 2. It's going to bring up Adam Harris, the leadoff man. So again, neither team really able to sustain any offense so far.
I had the nicest talk with this young man. He, for years, Gio, worked with Les Grobstein, the legend.
There's a swing and a little ground ball. Westerland was going to try to one-hand it. Couldn't quite make the play. Base hit. So 2-out base hit brings up
Herbie Lawrence.
Herb took a call at strike 3 his last time up. See if he's a little more aggressive.
Oh, I'm sure he will be, Gio.
And there's a ground ball to Shane, and he can't make the play. Cody Westerland was going to try to fake a throw to first, and the ball slips out of his hands and rolls into center field.
2 miscues in a row, Gio.
And that allows the runner to go to third base.
Your best fielders, Shane and Cody, both flipped on that one. Couldn't find the handle.
So here's Brandon Harris now. Runners on second and third because of the odd error there. And there's a ball hit down the line that's going to drift foul. Got a good piece of that, but
He did.
let that barrel kind of dip a little bit, and he had that sideways spin we talk about all the time on the broadcast. That ball had no chance of going.
For so many years, Herbie Lawrence worked at the Score and very good friends with Lawrence. So now they're against each other tonight in the biggest softball game that they've seen in a long time.
And there's a little flip shot, and that's fair. One run is in. Here comes the other run. Play at second, not in time. And CHGO extends their lead now to 4-1. So that's a couple of runs, product of a miscue.
Yep.
Which again allowed base runners to advance.
This is the big guy here, Gio. This guy hits for power. Let's see if he goes full boat here.
So here's Vinny, and that ball way foul.
It could be on the expressway. I hope not. So that ball's way out of bounds.
A ball did come back. So Sherman Martin looked at a couple of balls. And so now we got a ball in as CHGO threw a ball in and
didn't like it. It was waterlogged or something, Gio.
It's early in the ball game. Now I don't know if the real game ball came back, and now they're just flipping balls in from all over.
Yeah, because many balls go out in that right field fence. I remember one year Mark Olsen had about 4 of them there in a big tournament.
So we're going to start here as we've had a couple of mini delays. So here's Vinny now, finally taking his second swing, and he hits that up the alley in right center. Another run scores. Vinny going to try to go to third. The throw not in time on a triple up the alley in right center field.
I told you this big guy hit 3 bombs.
3-run inning here as they push the lead out to 5-1. And even though it's early, Audacy in a little bit of trouble here.
You know what his home park is, Gio? Vinny's? Hamlin Park. He's a Hamlin Park player. You know a lot about Hamlin, I know. Vinny with a big shot there, right center. He put a charge in that baby.
So here we go. Bob Novak trying to find a way to get out of this inning here. And Audacy right now back on their heels as they have throughout the course of the year been the best team. They didn't exactly tear it up. That ball's going to take foul. So we'll see if they can get their offense going, because so far through basically 9 innings, they've only scored 6. So they're not really hitting on all cylinders right now. And there's a hard ground ball. Westerland throws it to Mendocino, but in the inning, they put a 3 spot up, and it's 5-1. CHGO. So we'll see what Audacy has going. So if you're a bar or restaurant, you're looking to put video gaming in your establishment, go with the gold standard, go with Gold Rush Gaming. You can give them a call at 630-307-0500, or you can email them at inquiries@goldrushgaming.com. So whether or not you're new to it, you want to replace your terminal operator, or you're anticipating it going live, they can walk you through all the options. Please gamble responsibly. If you feel like you have an issue, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. So here's a swing and a little pushback as Angie leads off, and they get her at first for out number 1. Here's the top of the Audacy lineup now with Cody Westerlund. And they really, Audacy really does need to come out here and reestablish contact and put a little doubt into CHGO. Cody goes big down the line, but the left fielder got a great break and a good read on it, and he got over there and made the play. Nicely done there by Brandon Harris. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Dom Medicino. Father, longtime gambling pitcher back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Dom swings, and he pastes the ball up the middle there for a 2-out base hit. And here's Kevin Lampka. Kevin been trusting a little bit today. Hit some balls hard, 2 of which were caught in the first game. He just needs to settle in and try to find some space. And that ball not handled by the third baseman. And again, Kevin looks like he's swinging out of his shoes. His front shoulder's been flying open his last couple of at-bats, and he's just been beating the ball into the ground. And here's Gabe Ramirez. Might have been the player of the game in that first semifinal game. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had 3 of the 5 RBIs in that game. And there's a little push shot. First baseman knocked it down. Can't make the play anywhere. Pitcher did get over to first base. He might have had a shot at getting Ramirez at first. So here's Shane Reardon coming up in another big spot in this ball game.
What better position for Shane than to have the bases loaded? This is the time for Shane.
And Shane swings. He hits it toward right center, and it drops. 1 run is in. Comes the second run. Gabe Ramirez is going to try it. Throw to the plate. Safe. Reardon's going to scoot into third. Now the ball gets away. Reardon thought about it. But the first baseman came over. 3-run double, giving third on a throwing error. And now it's a 5-4 ball game.
So Shane delivered there. He hit the ball hard to right center, cleared the bases. Shane standing on third. Big at bat there for Shane Reardon.
Here's Lawrence Holmes now. His Audacy was kind of drifting along, and all of a sudden they jumped up and scored a 3 spot. Base hit here would tie the ball game. Lawrence takes that pitch inside. Lawrence swings up the middle. Shortstop, a little problem. Throw to first. Not in time. Lawrence Holmes hit it hard. The shortstop fumbled it. Got down the line and beat it. We're all tied at 5. 4-run inning here for the Audacy group. That brings up Eric Ortiz. And he swings and pops it up, and that'll be the 3rd out. But in the inning, 4 runs, and we are tied at 5 here in the end of the 3rd inning.
So a big hit there by Shane Reardon. He juiced the ball to right center and cleared the bases, Gio, and that held up for a big inning for them. But long way to go, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So that's a lot of outs, a lot of bullets for both teams.
So here comes the first baseman, Dennis Bellhorn. That'll be Mark Carmen and Ryan Herrera. So a little different ball game as we head into the top of the 4th.
Would it be any better, Gio? Tied game in the middle of the game? Could you want any better? Of course not. It's 16-inch softball at its best.
So here's Dennis Bellhorn. And he swings and he goes over the top of Lawrence Holmes for a base hit. Studzinski will throw it in. and Kid Bellhorn at first. So here's Mark Harmon now. CHGO comes right out and puts her leadoff man on after getting hit with that 4 spot. And there's a bullet, and Shane Reardon got 2 hands on it. Couldn't hold on, though. And it'll be first and second.
Nice attempt there by Shane. Held it in the infield, so simple single there. If that ball goes down the line,
So
possibility guy got the third. Shane made a good defensive stop there.
So here's Ryan Herrera now. Nobody out here is. CHGO has put their first 2 hitters on base. Here's a high fly ball. Gabe Ramirez is over there, makes the catch. Bellhorn faked like he was going to go, but held on, so 1 out there. Again, that's not a good job there. You want to at least move the runners over. And by pulling the ball there was no opportunity. So here's Audrey. And there's a ground ball to Cody, over to Lawrence. Really not in time. Mendocino to Novak. Safe. So CHGO retakes the lead. And you'll notice a lot of times the guys have come down to cover home plate. Problem was Bob Novak was a little late there. And when Dom threw him the ball, he lost track of where he was and couldn't make a tag. So here's Nicholas. The CHGO reclaims the lead, 6-5. There's a ground ball to Westerlund, flips to Lawrence for the 3rd out. But in the inning, they scrape a run across, and they reclaim the lead at 6-5. So halfway through this championship game, it's a coin flip. Neither team has really been able to take control. And we'll see what Audacy can do here. And it looks like Adam Stasinski, Bob Novak, and we'll see if Austin Huff hits or if Evan takes a swing, which is normally what they do in the back end of the ball game. I see Evans over there talking to Shane. He's got his batting gloves on. So here's Adam, and he hits a little pop-up. Left fielder comes in, takes charge, and puts it away for out number 1. So here's Bob Novak. And I got a feeling we're going to see Evan, as he is on deck, swinging the bat over there. There you go. And there's a little ground ball. Third baseman, long throw in time, and Evan will indeed pitch it for Austin Huff. And this is actually a big hitter here because you've got Claudia and Angie coming up. And if Evan can't get on, but he does, you would have been looking at starting the top of the 5th with 2 females coming up. That's not to say they're not capable of getting hits, but would have been a big advantage for CHGO defensively. So here's Claudia. She does have a hit as she rolled one right over to the third base bag earlier in the ballgame. And there's a little pop-up. Third baseman is there, and he puts it away. So we're going to head to the top of the 5th. Still 6-5, CHGO leading Audacy.
Don't forget, folks, SSA broadcast. We have all the best tournaments, all the best television broadcasts all year. Just go on Facebook.com/SSA Softball, Geo, and a lot of big broadcasts this year. Tournaments at Joliet and Carroll Stream, high school championships, the whole 9 yards. Heck of a year broadcasting. A lot of fun doing it.
So leading off is going to be the pitcher, Corey, with Stephanie on deck, and then they'll be at the top with Adam Harris.
Yeah, they call him the fish man. Very good defensive plays in the game before this against WBEZ. They won this game before 15-5, the previous game, so they hit pretty well and they played good defense.
And there's a little fly ball. Kevin Lampka is there, puts it away for out number 1. Brings up the catcher, Stephanie. Taking all the way there, strike 1. There's a little roller. Shane Reardon, little underhand flip to Mendocino for out number 2. Brings up Adam Harris. And top of the 5th inning. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be Angie and then the top of the Audacy lineup. There's a little flare the other way, and it drops in front of Lawrence Holmes. Lawrence couldn't get to it. Thought he was going to maybe try to throw to Mendocino, but Dom was not on the base. I don't think they would have had him. Here's Herb Lawrence. Takes that pitch a little deep. And Bob Novak's done a good job. He hasn't walked anybody in these 2 games. Grab the strike there. And there's a little spinner, and that'll be a strikeout. Second of the ball game for Herb Lawrence. Took a called strike 3 earlier. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th, 6-5, CHGO leading Audacy. And it'll be Angie, Cody Westerlund, and Dom Mendocino, scheduled hitters.
Yeah, Lawrence did not get a good swing at that. Nothing like the first game. I know he wants that pitch back. You can't, with 2 strikes, you got to be careful, Gio. You got to tighten up on that swing and get that ball straight out. Any foul tip is an out. Here we go back to live action.
And there's a little fly ball. First baseman cruises over and makes the catch. So Bellhorn basically standing where the second baseman would normally be, made the catch. So 1 out. Here comes Westerlund. Pitch a little inside. Cody got a couple of hits today up the middle. See if he tries to go back there. Now he tries to pull. Left fielder got a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up Dom Mendocino. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. So Audacy had the 4-run explosion in the 3rd, but have not really done much before that or since. And Dom goes to center. Center fielder started in and then went back, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So we're going to head top of 6, 6-5. CHGO leading Audacy. So we'll see what happens the rest of the way out. This is usually the time when the team that makes the fewest defensive mistakes usually ends up pulling these games out.
I could say that again. So many years I've seen that. Somebody comes up with a big defensive play, and it just gives momentum to the team. So, hey, that's why we call it no-glove softball. The game was won defensively here in Chicago, world's greatest game. No-glove softball. You've got to make the play with bare hands if you're going to win these games.
So here's Brandon Harris. He'll be followed by Ben and then Vinny. And there's a ground ball, and that's going to roll up the middle. We've seen that a couple of times from Bob Novak, where the ball is hit near him, but he just lets it go by. I don't know if he's thinking he has a different defensive alignment behind him, but
he's got to be careful here, Gio. This is their big boy. This guy puts charges into that clincher.
There's a base hit into left field. Ramirez gets on it, and now the runner just kept going, and he scored.
Very aggressive running there, Gio. Very aggressive running there by Harris. That's a big play right there. He just kept going, and he didn't look back. You got to get that ball in quickly, Gio, as you know.
That's going to bring up the third baseman, Vinny. And there's a line drive. Westerlund gets through him, and everybody's going to be safe. So Audacy having some issues here defensively. Say 1 run in this inning so far. Now we got runners on the corner for Bellhorn.
No outs here, Gio. A big situation here. Let's see if you can get the ball, like you say. If you can drive the ball to the right side, that's the right thing to do here.
And there's a roller. Can't get it over. They do get the fielder's choice. Another run does score, 2 thus far in the inning, and it's an 8-5 ball game. Brings up Mark Carmen. Right about now, Audacy in a little bit of trouble here. And pitch a little deep. And Novak in jeopardy of potentially walking his first hitter of the ball game here. Grabs a strike, full count. There's a ground ball to Reardon. Lobs to second. And they called him out on the fielder's choice. CHGO thought Angie may have bobbled that, but she held on.
Big time play by the second baseman there for Audacy. She held her ground.
Comes Ryan Herrera. Little pop-up, and it drops. It drops there. It's Gabe Ramirez, Shane Reardon, Kevin Lampkin, Cody Westerlund were all right there, and the ball dropped right in between all 4 of them. Gabe Ramirez got a hand on it.
Not
Audacy right now, defensively, seemingly to lose a little of their concentration.
Don't tell me Seiya Suzuki all over again. Please.
So here's Audrey. She swings and misses for strike 3. But in the inning, I believe they got 2 runs, and it's an 8-5 ball game. So Audacy finds themselves in a deep hole right now, down 3. looks like it's going to be Kevin Lampka leading off here. Be followed by Gabe Ramirez and Shane Reardon. And it's getting a little late if you're Audacy, as we are in the bottom of the sixth. No guarantee the top of the lineup is going to get another crack at it. And these next three hitters really do need to chew up some real estate. And they could be opening up the seventh at the bottom of their lineup. So Kevin Lampka launches one, but they were playing him really deep, and it's just a long out.
Boy, that was a 290-footer there, Gio. That ball was hit almost to the Little League diamond. In all the years I've watched softball here, that ball was smashed. But the left fielder, Harris, figured it out and got back on it. Just a simple out in the lineup card there. Long, long out.
So here comes Gabe Ramirez. And there's a little ground ball. Shortstop picks it up. Long throw in time. That'll be out number 2, and it brings up Shane Reardon. So Audacy right now. He had the 4-run third, and that's been basically it for their offense. Shane goes up the middle. Pitcher can't make the play, and Shane's going to end up being safe at first. Looked like it was going to be a routine play, but the pitcher ended up muffing it. And that allowed him to get on. And here's Lawrence Holmes.
Shane was hustling, though. Kept the inning alive.
And Gabe up the middle, knocked down. The pitcher this time does recover. And we're going to head to the top of the 7th, 8-5. CHGO leading Audacy in this championship game.
SSA broadcast. Thanks for tuning in, Gio. I'm having fun tonight doing this. We had the 3-camera system. We're just having fun doing softball. You know, Chicago's game, 16-inch. And these media guys love this game as much as the major players do and the rec players. Just a great, great game in Chicago.
So it's going to be Nicholas, Corey, and Stephanie coming up to bat here for CHGO. Looking ahead to the 7th inning. It's going to be Eric Ortiz, Adams Trzynski, and Bob Novak for Audacy. Right now, if you're CHGO, you'd like to find a way to grab yourself a little insurance here. There's a little ground ball. Westerland on the charge. Safe. Mendocino dropped the ball. I don't think it would have mattered.
It was close, yeah.
I think the hitter would have beat that out anyways. So the leadoff man on, and it brings up pitcher Corey.
Yeah, this is Fish, the fish man.
And there's a ground ball to Westerlund. He'll flip over to Angie, and they'll get the fielder's choice. Here comes the Stephanie, the catcher now. 1 out, 1 on here, top of the 7th. CHGO trying to win their Cup Media League championship. And Stephanie has taken the first pitch in every at-bat tonight. And it almost appears as if she's going to take until she gets a strike. And there she hits a soft one-hopper to Shane. And Mendocino slipped. Shane Reardon pulled the throw. Fish stopped that second. That's a break.
I got to look at that again. What happened over there, Gio? Did Dom slip at first?
Well, he did slip, but I think Shane Reardon's throw was offline. Now,
So
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if he slipped before Shane threw it, and if that distracted him a little bit, but the throw was up the line, and Dom slipping had no chance to knock it down.
Yeah, either way,
They're at the
luck.
top of the lineup here with Adam Harris. And he goes, hits a fly ball to right, nice sliding catch for an out, but a run does score, 9-5.
Crazy
Brings up
softball.
Herb Lawrence.
I don't think Herb's going to take any pitches now. I think he's swinging.
It's a nice sliding catch out there
And right.
by Studzinski, but
Right.
the body language for Audacy right now, not real good. They trail by 4. There's a ground ball to Reardon. And he throws another one in the dirt. Mendocino
Picks it up.
had a box with it,
Yeah.
but he held on for the third out. So do or die, bottom of the 7th. Third year in a row, Audacy's made it to a championship game, coming in with the number 1 seed. And unless something changes dramatically, they're going to be in a position here to lose their third time in a row in a championship game. Last time I saw that, it was the Buffalo Bills.
Good history there, Marv Levy.
So here's Eric Ortiz, Adam Studzinski on deck, and then Bob Novak. Need 4 to tie. There's a line drive right at the second baseman for out number 1. So CHGO in the 4-run inning had a couple of bobbles, but other than that, they've been relatively solid. And there's a little pop-up second baseman having a busy inning, out number 2.
Gio, I'm going to go downstairs with your permission if this game ends.
Go ahead.
And you'll catch me at home plate, okay, buddy?
So, last chance here, Bob Novak. And there's a one-hopper. This could do it. Throw across. Can't dig it out of the dirt, and the game will continue momentarily. So Austin Huff re-enters. And Austin Huff going to try to keep the game alive. And that's all you can do is try to pass it on. And he hits a ball that the shortstop jumps up, and that'll do it. CHGO knocks off the number 1 seed Audacy. They claim the title. They claim the title of this year's Cup Media League. Audacy, another devastating loss in the championship. Very happy group, CHGO. As they came in, they were solid defensively. And they end up winning the ball game. And we go down to Jordan Bliss with Mark
Let's be honest, you built a really good team.
We did, and we could get here, George.
No, they didn't.
They didn't, but we believe. We lost our first game. Didn't look. We came to play each week, baby, and we got it done. Our man Dennis here.
Yeah, Dennis, great game. Everybody playing great.
Yeah.
Played amazing. Great team win.
It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And your pitcher, very good.
Yes,
Fishman,
yeah,
he's a hey Fish. Come on over here.
Come here, Fish.
Fish,
Hey,
you made
there
some
you
good defensive stops there.
Thanks,
you
my
played
man.
this game, I think.
I do. I did. I like this game a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I play with some of the board members out here on Wednesday nights.
Really?
I do.
Well,
I
Fish,
do.
you played really well. Good victory here against Audacy, and go enjoy yourself, okay?
Thanks, my man.
So, George Bliss, I'm going to stay down here for a few minutes, Gio, and I got Commissioner Reedy here in the whole 9 yards. Nice job tonight.
Great. Yeah, that was great. Both teams, Audacy for the 3rd straight year, making it all the way to the championship, and CHGO really coming through here in the final.
Beautiful Forest Park. We're going to find some maybe new locations for you next year. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we're always looking for the good spot.
You got it. So, you see CHGO, the third baseman's right here, Harris in left field, Fish, the great pitcher.
Yeah, a lot of fun out here all season long, and let's be honest, we were the best team. We earned it, and we got it, and I'm not surprised.
And there's Mark Carmen, giving a little speech at the trophy. I'm going to move over to Herbie Lawrence, who had a very good first game tonight. And CHGO is the winners out here. A lot of photos being taken by Sherman and Mike. All kinds of good stuff. All right. So, one more little interview here. Herbie, you played in the last game really well. Now, this game you weren't too happy. You took a strike, but you're solid. You understand the game. You're very patient, but you guys beat a hell of a team, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough. Like in the first game, I was just taking strikes. I was letting him come to me. I mean, this is amateurs out here, so if he can come with 3 strikes, which the second game he really got me. I thought the ball was outside, but it should never take strike 3 right there. But yeah, I played terribly in the second game, but you see the team right there. That's why we got a team. It's
you played this game somewhere. Where?
Yeah, back in the day. I mean, you know me. I got tutelage from Mike North, of course, Hall of Famer, 16-inch Hall of Famer. Yeah. All those guys are Redis Entertainment. I used to watch them play when I used to work for Mike. But yeah, I played 16-inch when I was a kid, but I'm not that good. I played more baseball than 16-inch. So, you know, I got much better teammates. I put me at the top of the order because I'm usually patient. But today, that second game, I sucked, and they picked me up.
We're going to see you on CHGO. Do a great job. Herbie Lawrence, everybody. The GO, another wonderful, wonderful time out here. Billy Deere and Marla, just incredible. You did an incredible job. I want to thank everybody. This is kind of the end of the season, GO. I just want to say one thing. SSA broadcasts. Play softball. It is the greatest game in America. God bless everybody. See you next year.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate it. On behalf of Gold Rush Gaming, this is Gio saying we'll talk to you soon. Go ahead and shut it off, Marla.